David is now flying across the country as he was awarded this trip through the Ford Technician Recognition Program for first-time Master Techs.
All right, we made our trip. We're here at the Henry. This place is absolutely incredible. Looks like this is where we're having our dinner. So I'm just walking around right now, getting the lay of the land.
The Henry, an autograph collection, showcases Michigan's best with art-inspired decor and exemplary amenities. Located just steps from Fairlane Town Center and the campus of the University of Michigan, Dearborn, the sophisticated hotel puts you in a premier location to enjoy the local area. They're a short drive from the Henry Ford Museum and the Greenfield Village, where you can spend the day learning about American innovation and exploring history come to life. The lobby, rooms, and event spaces have been designed with a carefully curated collection of contemporary art, dazzling chandeliers, and boldly imagined color accents. In their unmatched atmosphere of modern luxury, you can savor a delicious meal in one of the restaurants or order from the extensive room service menu, or simply relax in one of the Dearborn, Michigan hotel suites. They offer an array of amenities and options, including a pet-friendly policy, free Wi-Fi, and a sparkling indoor pool.
So yeah, I have no idea how many people are at this event. I met one of the guys at the airport coming here. We rode together. And, yeah, we'll just see what it's all about. It's gonna be a ton of fun. Never been to this city before, and just see all the Ford history. It's gonna be awesome.
The Paquette Avenue Ford plant is a unique experience in that it's the oldest auto plant open to the public anywhere in the world. Almost unchanged since Henry Ford's day, the plant is a 3-story New England-style mill building. Each floor is divided into sections by the original metal fire doors, complete with the shadows of Henry Ford's positively no-smoking stencils. The old plank floors are worn from the 12,000 Model Ts built on them. Walk the worn wood floors and touch the brick walls where Henry Ford and his team of automotive pioneers developed the car that led to an automotive and social revolution. See Henry Ford's office as it was in 1908 when he was on the cusp of fame, and learn why it still matters today. See a selection of rare Detroit-built cars from the first decade of the 20th century and learn their fates.
And lucky for us, they took a photograph of him sitting in the office. That is the only photo ever taken of Henry Ford ever in this building. He's made 500 of these. There are only 7 of these left in the world. This is serial number 1. That's incredible. Come on down a bit further. These are in date order and alphabet order. We've got the letter C. We have 2 consecutive model years here. The C is an upgrade to Model A. Mr. Ford moves the gas tank out front. He puts a bigger gasoline motor, 10 horse instead of 8. And they'll build 800 of these cars. There are only 75 left. Come on down a bit further. The F car comes in 2 versions, a simple version and a deluxe version. And there are 1,000 that were built and 40 that remain on here. I'm going to pause here for just a second and have you guys take an eyeball at what we call the N car, the R car, and the S car. And really, they're the same car, different trim levels. This is the car right before the Model T. He's going to build 15,000 of them here. And by the way, it takes 10 to 12 hours to make one car. It's a team of men. We're going to show you upstairs. We have an assembly area how the cars were built. And this is the car that we did before the T. Then as we kind of back up this way, because we're going in date order, we have a couple cars here that are dark fine. And moving on down to those big cars.
Yeah, we're not letting you get in front of him.
That's a 6-cylinder car, 40 horsepower, $3,000. The battery gets our money today, so a $3,000 car is about $90,000 in today's money. Mr. Ford assembly line here. This is way before the assembly line. We don't get the assembly line until 1913. All of the cars here come to us from different collectors in the United States. They're on loan, usually 3 years, 5 years, or whatever. And as I said, if the car is pretty, it runs. All these cars are running magnificently. So we're really happy to have them. We have the only complete collection of automobiles of this alphabet series in the United States on display. Henry Ford Museum has a
The secret experimental room. This space was originally partitioned off from the rest of the factory floor in January of 1907 with a padlock on the door when the room wasn't in use. Only a trusted few of Ford's workmen had access to this space. It was in the northeast corner of the third floor and was an L-shaped room measuring 870 square feet. And this was the exact space where the Model T evolved from concept to production readiness.
$50. There's a difference during that model year. They were originally offered at that price with no top or windshield. By the end of the model year, that was what was available. That was all standard burgundy or medium to dark red. And they went from there to Brewster green to the blue that you see. I don't need to use it as an example. You can touch the car in the showroom, you can touch everything else, you can't touch tires. But the oil from our hands can damage paint or fabric, so don't touch anything else. You were fine. I just wanted to say that while I'm thinking. The brass that you see on the 1909, full headlight brass, that happens to be my 14 over there. Partial, and then down at the very end, the 16 only has headlight bezels. As World War II, you pretty much saw the things that were important. Good, thanks. All right, we're going to start on this end of the room now.
Something like faultless, we sell your body to make it look like a nice police car. In my opinion, this is the start of the hot rod industry in the United States. It's these features in the industries that they generated. For production of the Ford Model T. So what they did was, if you guys are looking out that window, this is the window that this is associated with. They had 8 or 9 buildings out in that parking lot supporting production in this building. In fact, we also had, in the last 6 or 7 months, we added a separate building in this area just to help assemble the Model T. So this work without this facility has been literally 1 or 2 years after we were in here to expand out the parking lot. Now, the interesting thing about Model Ts, all right? A couple of things I want to point out. One of the historians of this museum has nicknamed the Model T the mechanical cockroach. It was literally everywhere. You could do anything with it. 2 examples here. You bought a kit, you could turn your Model T into a tractor. You bought another kit, you could turn your Model T into a snowmobile. If you guys are pretty bored, go on YouTube and type in a Ford Model T Snowmobile Club, and you'll get a hoot of how people nowadays are enjoying their Model T snowmobiles out in the snow. 1917 rolls around, Ford Motor Company comes out with their own tractor, the Ford tractor. You guys are in for a treat because this tractor has only been here a week. We just got this new edition.
The Ford River Rouge Complex is a Ford Motor Company automobile factory complex located in Dearborn, Michigan. One of the top Rouge attractions is the walking tour of the Dearborn truck plant, where the new military-grade aluminum alloy body Ford F-150 truck is made. The elevated walkway, a third-mile journey, provides you with a unique bird's-eye view of the plant's final assembly line. Although we were not allowed to take pictures of the assembly line, you will see firsthand the complex web of equipment, robotics, parts, delivery, and skilled workers that come together to build one truck per minute at full line speeds. Yes, one truck a minute. The tour gives you glimpses of the trim lines for cab, box, and door, as well as final testing. You'll see the F-150 come into the plant as an empty shell and leave as a fully tested F-150 ready for the customer.
That's just the back of the building. You'll see a parking lot full of F-150s. They have recently come off the assembly line. Those are all brand new. They're just waiting for, that is what they call a green roof or a living roof. That living roof has a lot of positive things about it. First and foremost, it was laid on a filtration system. So every time it rains and that water filters through, it comes out clean. So it's going to flow back into the Rouge River cleaner. Some of it is stored here, and we use it in cisterns.
The Detroit International Riverwalk spans more than 3 miles from Rosa Parks Boulevard to the Belle Isle Bridge. Aside from taking a walk or bike ride on the Detroit Riverwalk, take in the sight of new Detroit developments, splash around in several fountains and splash parks for kids, ride the carousel, enjoy nature areas, and take in the views of both Detroit and Canada. Experience the best of Detroit's rich history and stunning skyline with a sightseeing tour. Marvel at the iconic landmarks along the river as you cruise along waterways, soaking up the culture and history of the Motor City. With breathtaking views, fascinating insights, and a relaxing atmosphere, the cruise is a perfect way to explore Detroit's unique charm. Henry Ford is a history museum complex in the Detroit suburb of Dearborn, Michigan, United States. The museum collection contains the presidential limousine of John F. Kennedy, Abraham Lincoln's chair from Ford's Theater, Thomas Edison's laboratory, the Wright brothers' bicycle shop, the Rosa Parks bus, and many other historical exhibits. It is the largest indoor-outdoor museum complex in the United States and is visited by over 1.7 million people each year. It was listed on the National Register of Historical Places in 1969 as Greenfield Village and Henry Ford Museum, and designated a Natural Historic Landmark in 1981 as Edison Institute.
friends, here we are, the end of our trip. I know I didn't get a lot of talking done on this trip, but we visited a lot of neat stuff. Took a lot of video where I could. There's places we went, they didn't allow video or pictures, so I didn't get pictures of those places. But we had a good trip. The Motor City Masters here in Dearborn, Michigan. Last night we just came back from the Henry Ford Museum. That place is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Just so massive, so much stuff there. Definitely want to make time to go back and do that again. We only had like 3 hours there, and it's just overwhelming, totally overwhelming. But we went there at night, we had dinner there, and the whole museum was to us. We had the whole place to ourselves, just walk around and look at everything. But yeah, I did a bunch of that video for that. And going to the assembly plant, that was cool. Watching how they build the F-150s or assemble the F-150s. It was quite intriguing. So yeah, this was a good time. We had a couple seminars, we had a couple of breakout sessions. But it was good. Learned a lot of the behind the scenes of how Ford works, what Ford does. And then we also had to give our input back to them so they can see the technician side of things. But so right now all I'm doing is I'm getting ready to pack. It's like 10 o'clock at night, I think. Well, it's exactly 10 o'clock. Exactly 10 o'clock here, which is 7 o'clock Alaska time. But my ride to the airport will be here at 4:45 a.m. That's early. That's like 1:45 a.m. Alaska time. So, but that being said, I'm just going to spend some time packing all my stuff. So all I have to do is just roll out of bed and crawl out the door and go downstairs, so I don't deal with it in the morning. So I'm just going to pack my stuff, get some sleep. Pretty much that was it. Well, I'll see you back in Alaska. Thanks for following me along with my trip. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. It was just absolutely incredible. Definitely coming back. But yeah, if you enjoy all these trips with us, go ahead and like, subscribe. Oh yeah, the thumbs up. Give it a thumbs up. It helps us out a lot. And then yeah, we'll see you on the next adventure. Bye. We love you all.